Thanks for watching ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. Activity assessment meeting in Southern Region. Training on designing viable curriculum. Many Congolese unable to return home after flash floods. Armenia accuses Azerbaijan of planning full-scale war. In our domestic news, the Southern Region has announced its commitment to continue the successful implementation of development programs initiated in 2023, with a strong focus on exerting efforts throughout 2024. The statement was made during the annual activity assessment meeting held on February 14 in Mendefaram. At the meeting, attended by administrators of the region's 12 subzones, heads of line ministries, heads of national associations, and representatives of the Defense Force units, Mr. Habtaab Tesfatsion, the governor of the region, presented a comprehensive report. Mr. Habtaab highlighted the significant achievements of 2023, including water and soil conservation activities engaging over 345,000 individuals and afforestation efforts covering approximately 20,000 hectares of land. Additionally, Mr. Habtaab underscored the public's substantial contributions, with over 3 million nakfa allocated towards the development of the health sector and an additional 3.4 million nakfa in support of teachers in the region. Looking ahead to 2024, Mr. Habtaab outlined ambitious plans, including the finalization of construction for 7 large dams, the building of 5 small dams and 5 micro dams, the planting of 2.3 million tree seedlings, and the renovation of over 150 kilometers of roads. He urged both the public and stakeholders to enhance their involvement in implementation of these programs effectively. The Ministry of Education branch in the Central Region recently conducted a training session aimed at equipping 250 heads of subzonal education offices, supervisors, and pedagogy heads with the skills necessary for designing and implementing effective educational curricula. During the closing event of the training, Mr. Balai Habtagabr, the head of the education office in the region, emphasized the collaborative effort between the Ministry of Education and Eritrea Center for Organizational Excellence in organizing the training. He highlighted the significant role this training will play in advancing the teaching and learning process within the region. Mr. Balai encouraged the trainees to apply the knowledge gained during the training to identify and address any shortcomings encountered, thereby enhancing the overall capacity of the education system to produce competent students. In response, the trainees expressed their appreciation for the training, acknowledging its value in improving their understanding of curriculum design. They also called for the organization of similar programs in the future to further enhance their skills and knowledge. The training was facilitated by Dr. Abil Habtamariam, the acting head of the Eritrea Center for Organizational Excellence, underscoring the commitment to professional development and excellence within the education sector in the region. A meeting held on 13 February highlighted the commendable implementation of development programs in Foro subzone, showcasing significant progress and achievements. Mr. Ahmed Salah, the secretary of the PFDJ in the subzone, reported on various initiatives, including soil and water conservation activities engaging over 7,000 individuals and the renovation of 155 kilometers of dirt roads. Furthermore, Mr. Ahmed emphasized the importance of raising awareness among the public on various issues through seminars conducted up to administrative areas. Highlighting the priority task of augmenting the Martyrs Trust Fund, Mr. Ahmed commended the initiative taken by government employees and others to support the families of martyrs in the subzone. He noted that members of the PFDJ contributed 40,000 nakfa, which has been distributed to families of martyrs, demonstrating solidarity and support within the community. Those are domestic news. Please stay tuned now for the international news right after the short break. Torrential rains swelled the Congo River to its highest level in over 60 years in late December and forced around 500,000 people to flee the rising waters that pose an ever-growing threat to the millions of Congolese living in riverside flood zones. Many families had lost almost all their possessions in the rush to escape. With some areas still underwater, around 2,400 people have been crammed onto the compounds for weeks. 16 of Congo's 26 provinces are grappling with the fallout from the floods, which killed at least 221 people, damaged thousands of homes, and exposed already vulnerable communities to increased risks of malaria and typhoid, according to the Congolese authorities and medical charity Médecins Sans Frontières. The scale of the emergency has underscored the urgent need for Congo to improve flood management and response, particularly around the capital, said hydrologist Raphael Shimanga at the University of Kinshasa. Congo had the second highest rate of tree cover loss in the world in 2022 after Brazil, according to Global Forest Watch. This exacerbates flood risk because a rainforest canopy and roots trap rainwater and lessen flows into rivers, said Shimanga. With heavier than usual rainfall in the offing, more floods threaten the 83 million people living near a major river in the Congo Basin that stretches across Central Africa. Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan has accused Azerbaijan of planning, quote-unquote, a full-scale war against his country. 4 Armenian troops were reportedly killed earlier this week when the Azerbaijani military opened fire on a border outpost. Baku claimed that the Armenian troops fired first and that the fatal attack was, quote-unquote, a revenge operation. Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, who won a 5th term in office this week, alleged on Wednesday that it is Armenia and not Azerbaijan that had designs on its neighbor's territory. They should give up their claims, he said in an inauguration speech. Armenia and Azerbaijan have engaged in a series of bloody confrontations since both republics declared independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. Please stay tuned now for a recap of tonight's headlines. Activity assessment meeting in Southern Region. Training on designing viable curriculum. Many Congolese are unable to return home after flash floods. Armenia accuses Azerbaijan of planning a full-scale war. And that was our news for tonight, dear viewers. It is good night from us.